good morning. Welcome back from that break, and thank you so much for always making it on Morning at NTV. Today it's a Friday, of course. We bring in the new energy. I'm reporting to you live from the land of milk and honey. And of course, today we've decided to talk about the social life of people here in Western Uganda. We want to look at the shift, how our music industry has evolved for quite some time. You know, we had artists like way back, we had the Agatha Kafokos, we had the Agaba Okufus, we have the Rosicas, the Sister Charities. Now we've evolved to people like, you know, Ray G, Tipo 256, Omega 256, Pretty Mark. But joining me this morning is Agaba Daniel, commonly known as Daniel MVP. He happens to be a musical analyst. We want to talk about the shift, Daniel. How has it been for over time? You know, you've been here for quite some time, for over 25 years. How has it been like? Daniel, talk to us.
Good morning, NTV Uganda. Daniel Ayebare, popularly known as the MVP, here in Bala. I'm a music analyst because I've been there for this industry. However, you've identified people. However, you've forgotten people like John Kawa, Prose Kankunda, Lady Mariam Kundatine, and Aki Kremio. These people were popular then in the era where there was no social media, where it was only mainstream media dominating. And John Kawa actually from Toro through Kadsbad, so they were popular then. Then there came the generation of Lady Mariam Kundatine, Sister Charity, Emily Chikazi, and the Ugabo Kufus. Actually, that was the session when music videos were starting, because every generation came with its style. The John Kawas were popular without videos. The Sister Charities, Lady Marians became popular because of videos. Yeah, because Kundatine really made views. So it crossed borders. Yeah, so now new media has brought these Omegas and the Rages, the T-Pose, new media, that's new media, the Truth, that's new media. Then the Sister Charities, were brought by the TV stations coming up. Then the John Kawas and Aki Kremios, radio stations pumping their music in Kampala, while they're also being banned through cards ban. Yeah, that's all I can say. But music now is commercial more than before. Guys are making good money in music now. So what you're saying is the days of Sister Charities, at times they would do music for passion, not necessarily music. They were basically doing music for the sake of it. Okay. To entertain revealers, where the stakeholders were determining their pay, not the artists commanding their pay. Right now, artists are commanding their pay compared to before, because Weber, someone would host arts at their bar, more of like a karaoke session. Then whatever the bar makes, the guy is like, you get what I've managed to make, all this. But now, the artist will determine how much he or she would want to be paid before he or she can make an appearance at your venue. Yes.
Daniel, let's talk about, you know, our artists have evolved with time. We had at the time when we would do shows at Ajip Motel, people who have come to Mbarara, people who have been here, they know Ajip Motel. Now we have artists are now going to Gogo, Kacheka. When I remember when Reggie organized the show in Kampala, there were comments, or even Omega, there were comments like, this artist is a regional artist, Reggie, if I may quote, Muyimbi we Mbarara. Are our artists fighting that? Do we see them really making sure that the entire country appreciates what we have, our art here in Mbarara?
We need to understand one thing: music goes with population. Nigeria and Tanzania, they are not big because of good music, they are big because of the population, of the people who consume their music and market it. Because the more people consume music, the more people spread the gospel about the music. So going back to Western Uganda, there's been a rise in population. People have migrated as far as Kampala, and also in Western Uganda, people have shifted from villages to town. So, and with the rise of new media, people are consuming, they're passionate consuming their own thing. So doing a show from for an artist from Western Uganda doing a show in Kampala, he's trying to tap in to people who have migrated to Kampala, and they are there in big numbers. They've settled there, they've had fun. Now, look at this. Now, the Rages and the Omega, they are almost 10 years in the industry. By the time they were starting music, let's say the people who are the people who are currently consuming the music were maybe 15 years old then. Now, 10 years down the road are now 25. They can afford and take a big meaning. They grew up listening to their music. You get it? And right now, even they say a prime time of an artist around 25 to 35.
Yeah.
That's the prime time. So the audience that is consuming their music, they grew up listening to the Rages, maybe through their parents as passive listeners because they couldn't afford the radios, they couldn't afford the TVs, so they were consuming the music of what their parents were playing. So now they've grown, they're at universities, they're earning a living. So now they feel that they have an attachment to the music they grew up listening to. So now that they're in Kampala, in schools in Kampala, in universities in Kampala, in institutes, or they've started working, so it helps them to easily go and support them. They didn't listen to the Chameleons, they didn't listen to the Bebekos, but they listened to the Rages when they were starting, when they were being pumped on radio. So, going to do the show in Kampala, you're targeting those people first. That's your core audience. Then you have the spillovers from other directs. You get it? From the northern Uganda, from central. But the core audience is the Banyankole community, the Runyashitara community in Kampala.
Yeah. Daniel, if we look at how our artists, the way how they present themselves out there, there is an element here in Ankole that there is what you have to do for people to appreciate your music. For instance, if you are a gentleman, then you don't have to have the dreadlocks. People are going to look at you in a very different way. They're not going to support you. If you are a lady, then you have to be so decent. What's your take on that? Do we, are those factors, you know, are they into our music so much?
It all goes back to cultural perspectives, how people perceive things in their different cultures. That's why when Bob Wine was contesting for president, he had to cut off his hair. T-Paul, when he was going to do a concert in the Kampala or in the University Inn, he had to cut his dreads. Maybe because the society in Western Uganda, they are still laid back. I would say they are still primitive. They are not adaptive to new trends for them to be accommodative to those styles. But it's no more in the central region because it all goes back to which kinds of people we interact with. You may find in central people interact with people of different cultures. So they easily embrace different styles, different fashions, different faiths compared to Western Uganda. So here, when they see some of the dreads, they call them muyai. You get it? And to take a longer time for people to embrace it. So for you to be acceptable, by the time Reggie put on dreads.
Yeah, I remember. There's a video he did.
Tayari.
Yeah, the Tayari.
Even I started the campaign of like, no, you have to move those dreads.
You are the one who started
the campaign. Because I remember I was in Ikabale at Voice of Chigezi. There's a lady called Brenda, I presented that. She was like, Dan, and you're the one who invited this artist. Please tell Reggie that the dreads are not his thing. You get it, So I started the campaign, he had to chop off the dreads. So that's how, that's why even nowadays, much as he has short hair, but if you monitor his head, it's more of, it has coils in it, the hair. So it all goes back to the society. Our societies here are not willing to embrace certain lifestyles. So, and for you to sell a product, you must be able to be accommodated to what the consumers want. So it goes back to what the consumers want. What the consumers want.
Because so after all, they're the ones who buy the tickets.
So you have to go by what the consumers want. Then for you, if you want to stay in your dreads, then people will not like you. You get it? So leave the dreads people like you.
When you come here, for instance, if someone came from Kampala and they asked the artists we have there, we always have the same names. Of course, these are the people that have done good music, the people here that we really do appreciate. But then, how about these upcoming artists? What are those barriers that have really, I'll give you an example. In Kampala, we have this guy called Kapeka. He has really made few songs. Now he's known around the entire country. But then here in Mbarara, an artist can even make 5 songs. For instance, people don't know him or her. What are the barriers?
The challenge is now in Western Uganda and NTV. I want this message to reach everyone there. We have a challenge with the point of contact, the people they contact.
Okay, the reception.
The people they contact, stakeholders. If the people they contact, they keep on presenting the same people. They keep bringing up the same people. You get it? Because right now, me, I'm the biggest promoter of diversity. You get it? You find a bar in you find 5 bars in Kampala choosing one artist all the time for the events. Much as we have other artists who have hit songs, who have done concerts, present that they have a following. So the point of contact is the problem. The person they need. Please give us an artist from Western Uganda who can work for us. They keep presenting the same person, the same person. So, however, may I recommend people out there? We have YouTube channels. We have X app where you can measure someone's following. We have TikTok accounts where you can see someone's following. So that you explore opportunities in those other people. Because the consumers are not comfortable consuming the same. Yes, sometimes you can impose a specific person on those people, but gradually your power or your business will lose out. But when you start using substitutes, so that if you go into a place and you find that there's a substitute for a product, it helps you stick in that place. So I encourage stakeholders out there, please explore opportunities in Kipol, in Omega 256, in Ambroy, and in Masikamami, in 256, in Pretty Mark, in Simajike. The people are there. So don't stick to few individuals. We have the Stonics, we have the sister charities, we have Lady Mariams who are actually based in Kampala. So that's what I recommend. Then we also have a challenge with the would-be sponsors.
Okay.
The sponsors, some events miss out sponsors because of conflict of interest. The people who would be sponsoring, they have backdoor understandings with those artists. You get it? They don't want to sponsor others because they don't want their artists to feel bad. Yet, at the end of the day, you're supposed to push a product. Me getting a product A and sponsoring artist B, how does it affect artist C? So at the end of the day, does your product get the awareness? You get it? So that's a challenge of companies through their people who are supposed to do sponsorships are sticking to few individuals and they are not willing to expand, sponsor other. Like Omega had the show. Non-premium product was there to sponsor. But however, when another artist comes, they are willing to sponsor the other artist. Now, how are you going to promote the region when you're not willing to open up your sponsorship packages? You get it? So I request people out there, companies out there, please sponsor everyone. Because the hits are available to determine if the artist is liked or not liked. Omega had a song "See You Tonight," had a party, but we didn't have a premium sponsor. You get it? But we have other artists already who are displaying that they have sponsors. Yeah, so it's a challenge that is affecting the industry, and I request companies out there, embrace everyone. This is a region, it's an emerging market. It's an emerging market with potential, with opportunities. Because the more you promote artist A, the more you create employment for artists C, B, and E, so that the industry can thrive.
Daniel, we can't talk about a shift and minus talking about production. You know, the days of the Agaba Kufos. Now we have, when you come in Western Uganda, we have these same names. For instance, we have Instrumental, we have Bruno Beats, we have, there is JK's. Production, how is it? Is it also a barrier? We have artists that cannot afford such studios because, you know, just like how you said, when we don't have a lot, when we don't have substitution of products, you eventually find people, you know, at least increasing on the price. So has production also been a barrier? Because when you make good production, trust me, your song is going to be timeless. Has it been a barrier here in Western Uganda?
The view of NTV should understand, before, we've had good productions before. I think the challenge had been marketing.
Okay.
It had been marketing because, I can give you an example. Radio West had been pushing artists, no matter what kind of production was. Remember the songs of Empire Sharp. You get it? The songs were there, good production, but they didn't have where they can be played. So, way back we used to have a producer called Don Barham. He had a big song called Beko Now and Sirichusa, Don Barham. And Don Barham trained Bruno Beats. So Bruno has done songs like Forever and has done most of the reggae songs, Bruno Beats. Right now, Instrumental has come on board. Now Instrumental is there. Then we have Zaga Beats. We have a producer called Telephone. You get it? We have Ayeb's Pro. So a view of NTV out there, check out those producers: Instrumental, Ayeb's Pro, Skilla on the beat, JK's, Zaga Beats. They all have the best production, they all have the best equipment, but what is affecting us is the branding and the artists going there, out there, to promote them. Because way back someone will say, I'm traveling to Kampala to work with Nessim, to work with Bomba, to work with Eno Beats. But right now someone is proud to say, I'm going to work with Hero Beats. I'm going to work with Hero Beats, Skilla Beats. I'm going to work with Drizzy. Actually, Drizzy, producer Drizzy, who discovered Omega 256, is the one who trained the Instrumental.
Thank you so much. We had Daniel MVP. He's an analyst here in Western Uganda. He's been analyzing our music here. NTV Morning at NTV takes a break. We return back.